last bit of content that you need to know about, which is called comparison rates or effective loan rates. That's exercise 8D. I think on the timeline it asks you to do questions 1, 3, and 5. This isn't something that you do in the DI. It's a test question or exam question. It's not something that you'll practice by doing the assignment. So the interest rate advertised by lenders, that's known as the nominal rate. It's the interest rate used to calculate your monthly repayments. But most home loans involve other fees and charges that aren't considered as part of the nominal rate. Some of these are once off, like establishment fees. Some of them are ongoing, like maintenance fees. So my home loan right now, every year I have to pay like $300. It's not part of the repayments. It's just, it comes out of the bank. I'm like, oh, what was that? Oh, it says maintenance fee or something like that. These extra charges mean that you're paying more than just the principal and interest of the loan. So the name of that higher rate, because you're paying extra, is called the comparison or effective rate. A lot of you notice, definitely you over there, you asked me, why is there two rates? Well, I told you, just wait. This is the lesson for that. Why were there always two rates? Because 6.29 is how the bank worked out your monthly repayment, but they have to be honest legally to show you, why are these different? Why is the 6.3 slightly high? Because Bank SA has some little charges that's going to make it slightly more expensive. It's also a good way to compare banks too, about what they're hiding. Because 6.29 and 6.3, they're pretty close. So Bank SA isn't going to have that many rates. But if you go to Commonwealth Bank and it's like 6.29 and 6.35, that's a significant difference. So yeah, they're saying they've got a rate of 6.29, but there's a lot of hidden fees and charges that they're not willing to advertise to you. So it's like a measure of sketchiness as well, okay? So the steps to find the comparison rate of a loan: add any once-off fees to the loan principal and use this as PV, solve for PMT. Add any ongoing fees to the PMT you found in step 1. Reset PV back to the original loan principal and use the new larger PMT to solve for I. So let's demonstrate that. We've got the 2025, your class's default home loan. It was $500,000. The monthly repayments were $2,684.11. It was for 30 years. What do I do to apply step 1? Are there any once-off fees in this example? Assuming the establishment fee of $500 and $5 monthly maintenance fee. Which one of those is the one-off?
The $500 maintenance fee.
Good. So now I change PV to be $500 more, because what I'm acknowledging is this loan is actually $500,500 because I had to pay that $500 once off. What's that going to do if everything stays the same? That's going to make my payments slightly larger. So I go to Finance, TVM. That's frozen. Let me refresh. Apps, Finance, TVM Solver, N360. I 5%. This is 500 now. PY and CY are both 12. So solve for PMT, alpha, enter. Okay, my payments to pay that off are going to be a little over $2 more, 79 to 2 DP. But that's not the end of it. Because what am I paying on an ongoing basis? I've dealt with the 500 now. What else is ongoing? What's happening every month? Yep.
You're chipping in an extra $5.
$5. So what would this be if it was $5 more? 91. So see what this PMT is now? It's larger because of the extra 500 once off, and it's larger because the extra $5 every month. So what's step 3? Reset PV back to the original principal. Because what was my loan meant to be? It was meant to be $500,000. What are the payments that I'm using to achieve that? My payments are larger than they used to be. So now, negative 2691.79. My payments are too large for the OG thing. So the only thing that's going to change is my rate is larger because of that. Okay? So for a $500,000 loan, where I'm actually paying $2,691.79 every month, my interest rate is actually 5.03% to 2 decimal points. That's how you deal with a comparison rate. So the effective rate of the default loan with a $500 establishment fee and a $5 monthly fee is going to be 5.03% rounded to 2 decimal points. Okay? That is not in your DI. That is just a test question. On the timeline, I've asked you to do questions 1, 3, and 5 of whatever exercise that is. Okay? If you want to focus on your DI because I'm doing the checks today, that's up to you. That just has to be done before your test runs.